There are lots of enemies in Stormworks, from navy ships to helicopters armed with rockets and even some tanks. It is our goal to eradicate those enemies from the world. Welcome to Stormworks Search and Destroy. Okay, so here we are in the military barracks where we start. This is going to be a career mode series, so we are going to have to go out and try and find loads and loads and loads of different research points. That is going to be probably the most important part of this playthrough. So let's go ahead and have a little look around the island and see if we can find some. Alright, so our first clear target is this little compound right here. Hopefully there is a big old crate inside. Can I get in here? Oh, I totally can. And there is a crate right here. Very nice. 6 research points already. That building's gotta have some, right? The answer is nope. Nope, it doesn't. Oh, would you look at that? There we go. There's another one. 9 more research points. I don't actually see any more crates, so I think that's probably it for us. That does mean, though, that we have 20 research points already, which is pretty awesome, and now we need to use them. And to be totally honest with you guys, one of the most important bits of this game is actually having something sealed off, so we're gonna go straight in with doors. What do you guys think of my outfit, by the way? I'm like a Navy captain. This thing looks so cool. A lifeboat has had an emergency. We need to go search the area and locate the emergency, and then rescue them. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so this is the first build of the series. Let's go with a small rib because that makes the most sense. So how are we going to go about doing this? I actually don't know. Let's go ahead and make the first bit 5 meters long. We're then going to go ahead and spread it out by about 5 blocks. There we go. So it's 5 wide by, what, 20? I think it's by 20. Yeah, 21. All right, cool. That makes sense. From there, we're going to go ahead and try and decorate the front edge. So we're going to go straight in with one of these guys, and we're going to do one of those. There we go. From there, we're going to go into one of these guys, and that's probably going to be it. Although I'm thinking about this, and actually, we're going to delete those guys and go straight into this one first. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can then go to 1x1 pyramids and shove that onto there. Nice. So essentially we're making a very shallow boat hull to begin with, and then we'll add the big boulder thingamabobbies around the outside. And there we go, we've built something very much rib-like. Unfortunately for us though, I do need to sort of move it upwards in order for this to actually work. So let's go ahead and try and grab all of this so far. Like literally all of what we've built. And then we'll go ahead and move it up by 1. And I think that'll be fine. So if I go ahead and move it to there, paste that in, we can pretty much get rid of like the interior of it. But yeah, this piece needs to merge up right, if that makes sense. So hopefully we can do that. Okay, so I think if we just go around this edge, essentially the same way we had it on the other bit, and that should be good. So just shove this guy into there, push that in, very nice. Shove this guy into here, excellent, and then round the side, just like that. There we go. Now that bit means that this piece needs to be wider too. Yes, definitely actually. So we're gonna go ahead and move this out by 1, and that should sort everything out. And there we go. So let's just go ahead and shove these guys into the interior, just like this. There we go. So that we can block up all of these little gaps that have formed right there. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing it with wedges, the main reason for that is because it gives us more buoyancy, because it only fills in half of a block instead of a full block. And that's kind of why you do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and shove these guys into here, delete that guy and shove that in, and there we go. That is our hull. Alright, so we are going to modify this slightly, and in fact, the way we're going to do it is we're going to grab this guy right here, and we're going to grab this guy right here. We're then going to cut these pieces. I'm going to drop this backwards by about like 6 or so, and then we're going to get this, and we're going to grab it. Here we go. And we'll just shove it there as well. There we go. Oh, I missed it by 1. That's fine. So now we merge this guy with this guy, this guy with this guy, and this guy with this guy. There we go. On the very back, I actually want to delete these pieces, and I want to replace it with maybe this, actually. There we go, something like that, and like this. Oh, that looks pretty cool. And on the bottom, I wouldn't mind actually deleting 4 here as well, shoving this guy onto there like that, and maybe shoving one of these guys into here like this. Alright, there we go. Bosh. That does mean we have to somewhat sort out this area, but that's fine. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so from there, I'm actually going to go ahead and add some little pointy bits on the back of these guys. So we can do this, and we'll actually do the bottom pieces as well. So one there and one there. We'll then shove all of these guys on. There we go. And this is pretty much our rib hull. Almost completely done. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so the next thing is we actually need to build in wherever the bridge, or the helm, I guess, is actually gonna go. So I'm thinking we attach those guys onto there like this. We have that bit be boxed off slightly, and then we build onto here. I am gonna go ahead and delete this guy as well. I'm gonna shove one of these guys into there like that. And I'm gonna try and put a handle on here. This is where we are gonna control it from, so that makes sense to do. Although, if I can't fit it in, then I can't fit it in. But I think that goes there. We're going to have this be too wide, so we'll shove this guy in here like this. And then we'll add the handle onto there. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, it's now time for some paint, I believe, on the bottoms. So let's go with this, like, military green on a lot of it. Because we are, of course, doing some sort of military campaign. So this does make sense to do. And then on a lot of it, we're going to go ahead and paint it grey. So let's go ahead and get it painted. And then we'll see what that looks like. And there it is. I did a bunch of painting. It's essentially green and grey and a little bit of like browny green, but essentially it's just green and grey. And honestly, I think that looks pretty good. So we got our little handle right here. We've got enough room right there for some dials and stuff like that. I might add a tiny windscreen sort of thing as well to protect us from, you know, water spray. We then need to add a bunch of seats back here. It needs an engine somewhere inside of it. It needs propellers on the back, obviously, to propel us forwards. And I think that'll probably be it, actually. Maybe a little bit of equipment too. That would make sense. Alright, so the only engine I actually have access to is this guy. This is a small engine that we need to connect exhaust to, fuel to, coolant, as well as air, and also the actual power as well. That comes out the top. So we need to do all of that pretty much right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and shove it in towards the back end, just like this. We're going to go to the top of it, and we're going to build a pipe on the top and round to the back, just here. Okay, so there's a pipe in right there. Let's go ahead and do this guy right here, and we'll actually attach them both together, just like that. There we go. From there, we'll actually probably send it downwards, of course, and then we need to send it backwards into maybe probably 2 propellers back here. So let's go ahead and grab those before we do anything else, and shove them straight in. They are going to be grey, and I am going to go ahead and have them like indented a little bit, and all around the edges is going to be grey too. Yeah, that works. We're also going to go ahead and shove a pipe onto here, send this guy backwards, and essentially we're just going to send it into both. So do this, go ahead and get an angled piece, and do that. We're going to need some gearboxes and a clutch for this, so let's go ahead and delete about 4, and let's do it. Clutch first, I guess. Yes. And then gearboxes after that. Alright, here we go. Gearboxes. Do that one, and do this. So 3 to 1. And -1. Alright, cool. I think that's probably it. I could add some generators as well, but I don't really feel like it, so I mean I could. Let's go ahead and delete this guy. We'll shove a generator right here on both sides, and there we go. That works. We're going to have 2 batteries, one here and one on the other side, and then we're going to have to add other stuff. So, tanks for fuel, that makes a lot of sense to add, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll actually just shove it on like this. So, one there, one there, one there. Actually, we'll do like 4 on each side, just so we definitely have enough fuel. And then I'm going to connect the exhaust, the air, and everything else too. Alright, so as I said earlier, we're going to go ahead and add windows to this thing. So let's go ahead and do these guys on each side, just like this. And we'll just add, I guess, one of those in the center that fits, which is not that guy. It's this one. There we go. So shove that right there. I think that's fine. I've also added all of the engine stuff, so we've got everything in here. We've got all the fuel tanks connected, we've got our exhaust connected, and our cooling connected, and that should be it. This thing should actually run now. At least I'm hoping so anyway. We're going to have to add a few more things though, such as refueling capabilities, and I guess electricity capabilities as well. Just so that we can recharge. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so on one side we've got the cable anchor. Essentially, if we just connect this down to there, it should be able to get recharged by anything. On the other side, though, we need to actually deliver a pipe down into here, which we then need to send down to the end, just so that we can actually refill these tanks if we need to. And there we go, everything is actually connected. Very nice. So now we can actually refuel the tanks, we can charge our electricity, we can actually move the boat now, it does actually work. I've added a rudder as well. The only thing that I want to add now is actually some like defense from us actually getting chopped up by our propellers. So I would actually really like to attach this guy onto there, and I would like to add this guy onto here, and then that guy right there. So hopefully we don't get chopped up. That's kind of what this is for. Although actually I'm going to remove those and use these instead, just so it looks a little bit nicer, I guess. And finally, we need a light. I say finally, it's not actually going to be finally, but this is going to go right here, and we're probably going to change its color to be darker. I want to go with like a brown rather, or like a beige, rather than a white. It just makes more sense. And now we need the seats. So, this is going to be different to every other time I've actually built seats in this game, especially on ribs. Normally I would just add them down the sides, and that is a very, very good and easy way of doing it. However, I want some like actual like sort of standing seats. If you guys looked at ribs before, sometimes they have seats that are just like, you sort of lean on instead. So that's what we're going to go with, kind of. I mean, it's going to look a little bit like that anyway. So these guys are going to go right here. I wouldn't mind actually building this in nicer. I don't really know how I'm going to do it though, because I kind of want like backs to these seats. So let's go ahead and do this. We're then going to shove this upwards, of course. So there's 1 and 2. Wouldn't mind actually adding this piece right here and here like this. Kind of, I guess. And then on top of that, maybe some tanks. Oh, this could work actually. So a tank like this, 1 and 2. And we'll just make sure they're empty. And that's it. That would actually be really, really cool. Yeah, nice. From there, we're obviously going to have more seats. So let's grab these and these. Cut them. Paste one. Oh, no, actually, we need to grab the actual seat bit too. Oh, there we go. I think that's it. There we go. So copy this. Paste it in there and paste it in here. And there we go. We got 6 seats on the back. And I guess I could paste like another 2 seats on the front. Oh, yeah. All right, I don't mind that whatsoever, actually. I think they're really cool. Good. All right, so I do think this is actually the final things that we need. So let's go ahead and add them in. We are going to need some of these, which are, of course, welders. There we go. On this side, we're going to go ahead and grab some fire extinguishers. There we go. So we've got welders and fire extinguishers. We've actually got 2 of each. We're going to need some first aid kits somewhere. Not sure where to put these. I might actually just shove them in right here. That seems like a good location. And we're probably going to need more than that. We are. But for now, we don't need to worry about it. So that's all good. A flare gun would be lovely. I wouldn't mind actually shoving a flare gun in there. The ammunition for a flare gun is also kind of necessary. So we'll shove these guys into here like this. And I guess that's sort of it. I don't need to add much else. Maybe a defibrillator. That's actually kind of important on missions. So we'll try and add one of those down here on the floor in between the seats. Bosh. Alright, and actually I'm going to paint it red too. Just so that we can actually see it. That is great. I think we've done it, guys. Oh, there is actually one more thing that would be kind of nice to do. And that is to add some sort of, I don't actually know what they're called, but you know, one of these like big standy-uppy things on the back where you put like radars and other things like that. I think it just makes sense to actually add one of these. We're going to attach those guys together right there. And I don't know, build it across the top, I guess. Unfortunately for us, the only, like, nighttime light we actually have access to is one of these guys, and this seems far, far, far too big for us, but it might just be the only one we have access to, and that we do actually somewhat need, so I'm gonna just shove it on there, I guess. Alright, that goes on there like that, and there. Does that look really, really strange up there? It doesn't actually look too bad. We're also gonna add some of these as thingy lights, what are they called? Nav lights. I feel like that does make a lot of sense. So shove that guy onto there and do this. And then we're going to need one of those pointing backwards from here. So we can put that one there. This is good. There are definitely other things I would like to add onto this thing, but unfortunately we are running out of time, and also some things we haven't actually unlocked. So it's impossible to add some things. But for now, we've got the thing that we need. Let's go quickly do our mission before it gets too dark. Don't add reverse. That'd be silly. Alright, let's go. Uh-oh. Is it moving? Alright, it is moving, but very, very slowly. This can't be it. And there we go. I wish this was daytime so we could actually see what it looks like properly, but we got our nav lights on, as you guys can see. We have our spotlight on the top, and we have our little light on in front of us. So we got everything we sort of need. Let's just go ahead and get out there, do our rescue, make sure everybody's okay, and that'll be great. I'm a little bit confused. There is something going on out there. That looks like fire, but there's something going out there too. Wait, is there two missions here? There's literally two things on fire. That thing... Is that on fire? Is that on fire? That one looks more on fire than that one, so I'm going to head towards this guy instead. I think I chose the right one. There does seem to be two people on there that need rescuing, so that's pretty good. And I should mention as well, what are the goals of this? Well, we need to eradicate these guys. Obviously, the enemy need to die. But that also means we have to actually get a bunch of these for myself, because that's how we're going to get money. If you own one of these little capture points, you actually get money for it every single day. So I think that's what we need to start doing. I am going to do some rescues though, because obviously that will get us a little bit of extra money. But yeah, this is actually fine. Can I shove this in reverse? Let's go backwards, see if the reverse actually works. Reverse? I think it's doing it. Yeah, it looks like we are going backwards. I don't really know. Yeah, no, we definitely are. So we're just going to go ahead and try and grab these guys as quickly as we can and shove them on our boat. Alright, let's get back to... Oh, no! I was going to drive straight back here. Oh, there is a hospital. Alright, we're good. Alright, so whilst we're on our way back, we need to actually make sure that that guy back there doesn't die, because they are very low. So there we go. Fixed it. I think I should probably set a goal for each video as well. I think what we'll maybe do is try and actually capture one of these points every single episode. So if you guys want to actually watch this, and you do actually want to watch the series, let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to know what you guys want from this. Is there going to be loads of building? Maybe. Is there going to be loads of different buildings? So we build planes, boats, possibly tanks. Like, we are using advanced combat, so there is actually, like, land vehicles, if that makes sense. So we might have to make a tank. That could be really cool. I don't know. I'm not sure what I called it, but it's Conquest Mode. That's what I mean. There is actually a mod, Conquest Mode. That's what we're doing. You know, I wasn't even sure where the stairs were here, but I have actually found them, so we're good. Let's go ahead and park ourselves nearby. We can then shove everybody into the water, and we can return the boat, actually. So just drop that guy in the water, and you, and you. There we go. Return the vessel. Very nice. Oh, would you look at that? The enemy has captured an island. Where is that? Oh, it's over here somewhere. They just captured this one. They're 50% of the way to capturing that one and that one as... What? And that one, and that one, and that one. What? No, wait, hang on. Are they all 50? Maybe that's fine. All right, cool. We're good. Also, I almost forgot how much I hate the Stormworks AI. Are you serious? Hang on a second. In the middle of me saying that, has that guy jumped off? Why? Alright, well, fortunately, I am able to go down there and grab them. So, there we go. We got 3 guys on our first rescue. There are going to be a few more rescues, even though this is a military campaign. because our military boats are going to progress from Rib to maybe Destroyer or even bigger. We'll have to wait and see. Alright guys, I believe this building is the one you guys will be rescued to, so let's go ahead and make sure they are fully healed. There we go, and why have they got no lights on in here? There we go, fully rescued. Excellent. We got 3 grand per person, and we also got 3 research points per person too. Beautiful. Okay, so I actually ended up sleeping through the night, and I've ran back down to the beach just to show you guys this. Obviously, this is our boat. I wanted to show you guys it when it was actually, you know, like working. So I'm going to go ahead and shove a underwater welder in here, because this is something that I did totally forget about, actually. So we're going to go ahead and paint that this color. And we're going to go ahead and spawn it in. I'll just show you guys around, I guess. Okay, so let's start from the back. We have ourselves a single rudder and 2 propellers. We then go forwards. We have ourselves this light bar thingamabobby right here. It has a nav light on that side, a nav light on that side, and a nav light on the back. It then has a spotlight facing forwards, so we can see when we are driving. We get our underwater welding torch there. We've then got 6 chairs. Go forwards from there. We've got our wheel, I guess. Our control panel, where we've got the engine throttle, we've got our engine control to turn it on, our reverse, and our lights right there. We then got 2 first aid kits mounted to either side. This will get a bit different as we progress, because we will actually add things like dials and stuff like that. It is kind of necessary. I just fell in the water. On either side of that, we've got a welding torch and a fire extinguisher. Forwards from there, we've got ourselves a flare gun and ammunition, as well as a light. And then we've got our electricity cable right there, in case we need a recharge. And right here, we've got ourselves a refueling point. Down on the floor, a defibrillator, and then 2 seats. Might add more stuff towards the front. Maybe if we unlock stuff like winches, we'll probably add some of those. But for now, this is it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and whether I should upload this to the workshop, so you guys can maybe follow along. Let me know. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.